Yeah. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the teacher training with the British Institute in collaboration with Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. I'm sending a warm welcome to all the participants who have joined this webinar. Thank you. How are you today? I hope that everyone is in a good condition. Stay safe and healthy and always follow the health protocols in this COVID-19 situation. So I will firstly introduce myself. My name is Fani Handayani. I'm from Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. And in this occasion, I'm going to be a host of this webinar. And this webinar is proudly presented by TBI in collaboration with Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. The topic that we're going to have today is assessment strategies in English Club. And we have some experts today who will share their experience on handling English Club assessments. So I would firstly call, hello, Miss Tamara.
Hi.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm good too. Thank you. So Miss Tamara is an academic manager of TBI Jakarta, and she will be our speaker today, and she will share lots about our topic today. And we also have Miss Senangsi. Hello, Miss Senangsi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm super fine. Thank you. How about you?
Okay, great. I'm great too. So we have awesome speakers today. So Miss Senengsi is an English teacher from SMIN 4 Cimahi. And besides being an English teacher, she is also a facilitator. Yeah. And we also have Pak Dadan today. Hello, Pak Dadan. Mr. Dadan, how are you today?
Good Hello, Miss Fanya. Good afternoon.
How are
I'm
you
fine.
today, Pak?
I'm fine, thank you.
Fine.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So there will be several sessions in this webinar. Besides having sharing sessions from the speakers, the participants can also ask questions in the question answer session. And it is also suggested to all the participants to turn on your camera, but still keep muted. And you have to follow our webinar because there will be door prize for those who write a reflection or comment about our event today. So you can just go to Instagram account of TBI and you can just post your testimonials or reflection after attending this webinar. So without further ado, let's begin our webinar. Assessment strategies in an English club, and we will open our session by having some insights from TBI and also Kelas Kreatif Indonesia.
The British Institute was founded in 1984, and we've helped thousands of people develop their English language skills. Using communicative, student-centered, and task-based approach, our academic team ensures that our delivery methods are up to date. Our public class students undergo a variety of courses such as very young learners, pre-teenagers, teenagers, general English, business communication, conversation, writing, and many more. Naturally, the lessons are accompanied with various fun activities. In the last few years, English has become essential for business. Our corporate training is here to provide the necessary English language coaching for companies or institutions that want to increase their competitive value. The demand to pursue a degree abroad increases year by year. Our exam preparation class will help you achieve your desired score and teach you strategies to face your chosen international exam. As the only authorized Celta Center in Indonesia, TBI is an extension of the University of Cambridge English. Celta is the world's leading teacher training qualification. We also provide teacher training programs for teachers or for those who wish to teach. Established more than 35 years ago and has branches in many major cities in Indonesia. Recognized by the University of Cambridge English as the only Celta center in Indonesia. Our teachers have international certifications and are experienced. Follows international standards of teaching and assessment methods. Has taught more than 50,000 people and in more than 1,000 companies. We've helped them compete in the marketplace. When's your turn?
Yeah, okay, so that's an insight about TBI. So you can just access TBI websites to get further information about some courses that probably you need. So after having an insight from TBI, and let's go to know about Kelas Kreatif Indonesia.
I believe it's still loading. Yeah. Okay. Bu Fanya, can you see the screen now? Yes. Okay, everyone. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bu Fanya. Everyone, thank you for coming today. This is our fourth session of the series of workshop the collaboration between the British Institute and Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Please allow me to introduce again about Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia in brief. So basically, this is a community of a personal learning community for educators, teachers, lecturers, and those who are concerned with education to to connect, learn, share, collaborate, inspire, and empower each other. So basically, the community built in 2008 with the name of Education Development Project, changed into Kelas Kreatif in 2018, and in 2020 becoming officially Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. And then basically this is the place for all of us to learn together, to start from zero, because I know that many of the members in Kelas Kreatif are coming from a diverse.
Dadan,
Yeah, hello,
we've lost your
Dadan.
voice.
Yes. Your microphone is muted.
For how long? Okay.
Only
Only, okay, sorry. So
Dadan.
okay. He has trouble probably with internet connection. Okay, no worries. Okay, we can just continue. So, Pak Dadan, can you continue?
No.
can you hear my voice?
Yeah,
Oh
not
yeah,
really.
I guess you have
It's
trouble with
crackling.
the phone. Your sound is not clear. Okay, I can help you to introduce about Kelas Kreatif. Yeah, so actually I am also the member of Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Kelas Kreatif Indonesia it actually aims at expanding teachers' competencies, yeah, not only in high schools or elementary levels, high schools, but also in university levels. Visi dari komunitas ini salah satunya adalah menyediakan sebuah sarana pengembangan profesional secara informal berbasis kolaborasi. So like we can just collaborate with teachers in the communities and also outside the communities with institutions, courses, and etc. Dan diharapkan kelas kreatif ini menjadi sarana untuk lifelong learning yang dimana guru-guru atau dosen-dosen siap melakukan refleksi terhadap praktek mengajar masing-masing. Ya, jadi di kelas kreatif ini lagi. Okay, good.
Okay. So
okay, you can continue. This is yours.
Okay, thank you for taking over that. That's very very good. Yeah, because with internet problem, I think I cannot do much from my side. So thank you, Miss Fanya. I will continue from here. So basically already explained by Miss Fanya. The basic concept of Kelas Kreatif is the place for us to learn and relearn again about education, about the teaching practices, about the theory of teaching in general. So these are the management team of Kelas Kreatif. We have Ibu Isri, we have Ibu Ati, Pak Asep, Pak Tris, Ibu Nisa, me, myself, and Pak Belpin, Bu Pipit, Bu Tintin, and Bu Shirley. We support each other in organizing the events because we run usually every 2 weeks. Yeah, we have 1 week on, 1 week off in terms of running the webinar. So far still online, Miss Fanya. I don't know what happened in January. Hopefully offline, yeah, in some places. Okay, next, we have the writing program, and we have published many books, I think more than 12 or 13 books. And if you are interested to write book and publish by Kelas Kreatif, you can contact me directly. And we will have a team that will support you with that. And then we have public speaking webinars every 2 weeks as well. And if you are interested to develop your public speaking skills, whether you are a teacher or a university student, I think in certain points we need those skills, yeah, to speak in front of the public. Next, we have many professional development opportunity for you at the beginning of the pandemic. Usually we have digital tools, but then lately we are changing our direction. We have less digital tools webinar. Partnership, we have collaborated with many institutions, university, private institution, and school as well, to make sure we are providing more diverse experience or learning opportunities for the members of Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. And this is what we have today. So we are on the 4th webinar. I think in the last couple of months, yeah, every 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. So I do really hope that the partnership will continue with TBI. We will have another webinars in the upcoming 2 months. And then the children's professional development. I cannot say professional development for children, yeah, but the opportunity for learning for them. So including writing and English speaking club, and then digital tools as well. And then webinars in English. So we had several webinars in English, including inviting some native speakers. And this is the membuat media ajar visual. The webinar already completed, the program already completed. And what happened next? So the upcoming events for Kelas Kreatif Indonesia, we are going to have public speaking webinar, and then we have a competition. We call it as public speaking challenge. And then we are going to have micro writing project, probably mid-November, end November, or early December. Let's see, yeah. And then we have another webinar, Siswa Semangat Belajar. And I'm very excited with the last one because with the success of Mengajar Dengan Hati this week, actually. And then we will continue talking about the effective approach to our teaching. And the door prize, I think Miss Fanya already explained about that. And everyone, that's the introduction about Kelas Kreatif, and enjoy the webinar today. Oh, I'm sorry, I have one video, Miss Fanya, from Dirjen GTK. It's a brief video, probably around 2 minutes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Shalom, Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Saya ucapkan terima kasih dan menyampaikan dukungan kepada para guru, dosen, dan pemerhati pendidikan yang tergabung dalam komunitas pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia, sebuah sarana pengembangan profesional secara informal berbasis kolaborasi untuk para pendidik untuk saling berbagi, berdiskusi, belajar, dan berkembang bersama. Kolaborasi dari setiap elemen pemangku kepentingan bermuara pada satu tujuan yang sama, yaitu untuk para murid-muridnya. Nuansa kolaborasi ini adalah bukti bahwa kita selalu berpihak dan memiliki rasa cinta kepada para murid, para generasi penerus bangsa Indonesia. Semangat ini adalah untuk memajukan pendidikan dan seluruh guru-gurunya dapat belajar dengan lebih baik dari waktu ke waktu. Kami mengharapkan semua anggota komunitas dapat saling belajar dan berbagi hingga menghasilkan pembelajaran yang menginspirasi dan memerdekakan semua murid-murid yang diajar. Saya mengajak komunitas pendidik kelas kreatif Indonesia untuk turut aktif mendukung dan melaksanakan program-program Kemendikbudristek dalam Merdeka Belajar. Kemendikbudristek telah menyediakan platform Ayo Guru Belajar dan Ayo Guru Berbagi agar para guru dapat mengembangkan diri dan membentuk komunitas yang berdampak luas kepada pembelajaran murid. Yang saat ini total penggunaan platform sudah mencapai lebih dari 1 juta orang dan menjangkau 70% dari semua sekolah yang ada di Indonesia. Ini adalah ruang kolaborasi yang sangat luas dan dapat dilakukan dengan kerjasama termasuk dengan komunitas pendidik kelas kreatif Indonesia di dalam program Guru Belajar dan Berbagi. Harapan saya untuk komunitas pendidik kelas kreatif Indonesia untuk terus menjadi pembelajar sepanjang hayat, melakukan refleksi terhadap praktek mengajar, melakukan riset terhadap teori, strategi, dan metode mengajar yang kreatif, inovatif, dan juga interaktif, sehingga dapat mengimplementasikannya di dalam kelas dan mampu menginspirasi rekan sejawatnya. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi 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 Om. Namo Buddhaya.
Okay, thank you, Bu Fanya, and everyone enjoy the webinar today with Ms. Tamara and Bu Sunengsi. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Pak Dadan. Okay, so it's time for me to introduce our speakers today, and I would like to share screen first. Okay, so actually we have awesome speakers, yeah, facilitators today. I would like to introduce Miss Pamara Tanuatmaja. So she is an academic manager at TBI Jakarta. Oh, actually, when I read Miss Tamara's CVs, I feel so, oh wow, like you have a lot of experiences, especially your educational background. So she graduated from University of Portsmouth, United Kingdom, mastering applied linguistics and TESOL. And she also took some other majors like Master of Health Management, oh wow, psychology, Diploma of Higher Education in Psychology and Biomedical Science. Oh, so, and these are some qualifications. So Miss Tamara is also certified on Celta, Celtil, and Delta. Oh my God. Actually, it's very hard yet to achieve these certifications. And she also has conducted some workshops and trainings related to English for adults, mainly business English or IELTS. Yeah, and she is now as an academic manager at TBI, and she has been teaching for a couple of years, yeah, at TBI. So without further ado, I will call Ms. Tamara to introduce yourself and also deliver your experience towards this topic, as well as introduce TBI to all of us. Mine is yours.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Okay. It's very nice to meet you all. I'm gonna start my presentation.
Message. I received it this morning. That's so nice of you. I'm organising little parties for my birthday.
Sorry, it's
nothing goes big. Only a few of my best closest friends.
Okay, so we're gonna start the webinar with a little bit of a game. Yeah, so everyone, can you, let me just move this. Okay, I will be assisted with my colleague at this point. Yeah, so we're gonna use a buzzer, guys. So please go to have a look at your chat box. There should be a link for you to actually go to this buzzer. Okay, now when you sign into this buzzer thing, please put in your first name or your nickname, okay? But it's got to be a real name, not some cartoon name or something, or some random hi. Okay, just use your name so I can call you out and then we can actually answer the questions. Okay, are we ready?
In any game code that we need to put there, Tamara?
Yes, there should be a game code. Christy, can you put in the game code? Yes,
Oh,
great,
thank you.
fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so Christy will help me call out the name. There's the first buzzer or the second buzzer in case that somebody who answered didn't get it right. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so the first question.
Wait, I have to refresh them first, actually.
No cheating.
Okay, I believe it's Miss Nana. Anyone else? Cherry, L, okay. Mike, Nita, everyone else?
Okay.
Going to be like something like a quiz, but don't worry, we're gonna talk about we're gonna discuss about the options as well. Is that correct, Ms. Tamara?
Well, they can look at the questions on the slide. So they have a look at the slide and basically can choose the right answer. Okay.
Oh, by the way, you don't have to fill out the team name because that's optional. We are playing individually this time. But if you already wrote down the team name, that's okay because we're gonna assign by name anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 27 people, it's 28. Should we wait for all the participants to fill out the names, Ms. Tamara?
I don't think we'll have that much time.
Okay.
So I'll say about 30 odd. I think we're safe. Yeah.
Okay, so can we start? We can start the game now.
Okay, great. All right. So first question, guys. So, which of the following is not a characteristic of a successful speaking lesson? All right, learners talk loud, participation is even, unrestrained purpose, motivation is high, or language is of an acceptable level. All right, so what do we get? Who's the first buzzer? Chrissy?
We still don't have one actually, Miss. Maybe maybe you can repeat the question.
Which of the following is not a characteristic of a successful speaking lesson? Learners talk loud, participation is even, unrestrained purpose, motivation is high, or language is of an acceptable level. This is a review. What happened? Anyone buzzing? Not sure what to do. You just have to buzz. Just click buzz. There you go. Oh, somebody already buzzed.
Oh yeah, Ensita, is it Miss Ensita?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Ensita, let's have you answer the question. Also, why are you sharing screen? But okay, fair enough. Ensita, hello, can you unmute yourself and answer the question, please?
Neither.
What?
Cannot see the screen, I'm sorry.
Yes, because somebody has already just put on their screen. So, okay, so that one. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So Ensita, do you want to answer the question? Hello?
Unrestrained purpose.
Yes, unrestrained purpose. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Why do you think it's unrestrained purpose?
I'm really sorry. I'm not well today.
Oh, okay. Anyone? Why do you think unrestrained purpose is the correct answer? Hello?
Yeah.
Any ideas why?
Because
Mike. Is that Mika? Mika.
Mika.
Thank you, Bu Tamara. I think why I choose unrestrained purpose because as successful speaking lesson we need to have obvious purpose. The purpose
Very
should
good. Yes, excellent
be
answer.
clear.
Yes, exactly. It's got to be clear. Yes. What is it for? Excellent. All right. So next one. Next question. Have you reset the buzzer, Christy?
Yes, I already reset the buzzer.
Good. Fantastic. So who buzzed?
Okay, who is named Go Go Go?
Go, go, go. That can't be a real name. If it is, then well done to you. Go, go, go.
Yes, it's me. Go go go.
Okay, all right. Is that your real name?
I think the
All right.
soft skill of speaking is word, sentence, stress, rhythm, intonation.
Which one? Sorry, which of the following is a sub-skill of speaking?
Soft skill.
Individual sounds, words and sentence stress, rhythm, intonation, or fluency?
Oh, it can be more than one. The question, the answer. I mean,
No, just one.
only one.
Yeah.
Intonation.
I thought. All right. Who's the second buzzer, Christy?
It's Hakim.
Hakim. All right, Hakim. So not intonation. What else? What could it be?
Hello. There is
Yes,
my voice.
Hakim.
Yep. I guess my question is rhythm.
Rhythm. Ay. That thought. Number 3.
Actually, it's really coincidental because the third person is called Tree.
3.
Yes.
Number 3 is 3. Okay, 3.
Hello, everyone. So
Hi.
I guess the answer is fluency.
Hey, correct, 3. See? Number 3 is the right. Third time is the charm. Right? Okay, yes. What about these 4 then? What sub-skills are these? Individual sounds, well, it's not sub-skill, but what part of speaking is it under? Individual sounds, word and sentence stress, rhythm, intonation, what are they?
Pronunciation.
Very good. Yes, they are basically part of pronunciation. Yes. Excellent. All right, next one. The use of fillers, words or phrases such as first, anyways, is evidence of which speaking sub-skill? Is it fluency, accuracy, discourse, or interactivity?
Nurdiana.
Nurdiana. Oi.
Yes. I think the answer is fluency.
Fluency? I thought. Nope. Anyone else? Who's the next?
oh my.
It's Sherry.
Sherry.
Interactivity.
No.
I mean, I guess discourse.
Discourse, yes, but that's like the third time. And there are only 4 options. Yes. Okay, it is part of discourse. Because what is discourse, guys?
Discourse. Wacana. Oh, discourse. Pattern.
Context.
it's more like how the whole thing is organized. So are they actually, it's a flow of language, yeah? So we're talking about, are they coherent? Are they cohesive? So that's discourse, all right? Now, number 4, which of the following speaking sub-skills would you help develop when you teach communicative strategies? Is it fluency, accuracy, discourse, or interactivity?
Accuracy.
Also, Dadan is cheating because he didn't even buzz. Interactivity. Excellent. Yes. All right. Which of the following is not a stage of a speaking lesson? Is it vocabulary game, setting the scene, preparation, feedback?
Yunan?
Feedback.
Vocabulary game.
Vocabulary games?
Yes. So
Yeah.
not feedback, but vocabulary game. Yes. What is vocabulary would be under? What is it under?
Reading?
Reading? Not always. Well, yeah, you can do that as a part of reading, but other things in terms of the speaking lesson? You can have a vocabulary game, but what is it under?
Inspiration.
What?
Lexicon.
What? It is Lexis, but it's under preparation. Yeah, so you're helping the students to get through this speaking lesson, but you need to have like, maybe you need to actually do a vocabulary game or reteaching or something like that, but something to do with vocab that they would need. Yes, but it's not an absolute thing. Yes, for sure. Okay, so yes, so we're talking about sub-skills of speaking. What are they? What are the 4 sub-skills of speaking?
Accuracy.
Accuracy, yes.
Fluency.
Yes.
Comprehension. Activity. Grammar.
Grammar. What's grammar under?
Vocabulary.
Interactive grammar.
Intonation.
Yes. So we've got discourse and interactivity. Yeah. So fluency, what is fluency? What are we talking about when we heard the word like, oh, fluency, what is it? What do we mean?
To be able to speak at a natural pace.
Yes. Okay, that's not bad. Anything to add to that, guys?
How to speak like native speaker, perhaps.
Is it? Okay. All right. For example, do you think that you speak like a native? Hang on. Hang on. All right. So Dadan, you said that it how to speak like a native speaker. Okay. Do you speak like a native speaker?
No.
No.
Are you fluent though?
Yeah, a little.
Yes, you're fluent. So fluency has got nothing to do with being a native speaker or speak like a native speaker. But what is it?
To be able to
The quality?
To be able, sorry?
Be able to speak at length.
Yeah, okay, but it's
Speak at
all right.
length.
So I'm going to show you something. Yeah, if I'm talking like I can talk for a very long time. I have many things I can say with many words. Is that fluent?
No.
Why not?
The ability to express.
Because there's so many hesitations. Yeah. So we're talking about a flow of language that comes out, but very little or no hesitation at all. That's what fluency is all about. Okay. So what about
it is not
accuracy?
because of different loan.
Because different what? Lon? What's lon?
Lentong, you know lentong. Good morning, sir. How are you? Nah, itu is it fluency? How are you today? Nah, it is not like English.
Fluency is the ability to deliver our talk.
Yeah, essentially, like you can, you know, when you're speaking in your first language, right? You have no hesitation at all in responding or actually just coming up with anything that you want to say. That's essentially fluency. Okay, to be able to like convey everything that you've got in your thoughts, your ideas, or whatever, without any hesitation. But essentially, it's about the hesitation part. So if there is no hesitation or little hesitation, then you are fluent. That's what fluency is about. Okay.
How are you today? Fine. Nah, itu.
That's intonation. Okay. What about accuracy, guys?
The ability to
Speaking based on the standard.
Appropriateness.
Well, this is what you were talking about earlier, the grammar, the vocab, accurate pronunciation, that kind of thing. Those are part of accuracy. So using the right words, using the right structure, like saying it correctly, those are accuracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So perhaps based on the standard, grammar standard, or
yes. So essentially, everything that's according to the right, like the right way of using things. Okay. Now, what about discourse? We already talked about discourse. Do you remember? Oh no, we forgot already. What is discourse?
Ungkapan.
The ability to maintain conversation going on.
To arrange the word.
Yes, organization. Who said that? The last person who said that. Ah, that's very good. Yes. Basically, organizing your speech in a coherent and cohesive way. Right? So they've got to be. What is coherence and cohesion, guys? I don't know. What is coherence and cohesion?
Efficient and effective.
Okay. All right, but it's essentially like the flow of language. Are they logical, in logical order? Yeah. And cohesion is how they're bonded together. So all those things like any linkers, like those conjunctions and everything, those are essentially the ways that you can use, the ways that you can make your speech sensible, right? Now, interactivity, what is it? Interactivity?
Understand each other.
Yes. Anything
Working
else?
together.
Communicative.
Yes. So initiating, responding, and repairing communication. Yeah. Because sometimes communication breaks down. So somebody like misunderstood your
Conversations.
yes, your whatever, your speech. It could be misunderstood. So you can actually repair that communication by saying it's like, oh no, that's not how it is. Da, 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 da. And then you say something else. And then explain. Right? So repairing communication as well. All right, guys. Now, what are the stages of a speaking lesson? Again, this is still review. You've mentioned it earlier. Oh. What are the stages? What do we need to go through? What's the first thing?
Preparation.
Preparation. There is
setting
preparation,
scene, and
but what's
feedback.
the first thing? What's the first thing?
Listening first.
Listening.
Scene setting. what would be the things that you can use to set the scene?
It's about topic.
Yeah, it could be like a short discussion. It could be a picture. It could be your own experience of some sort. Yeah, you can use that as a way to set the scene, to get people interested in the topic. And then preparation. What are the preparation again? What do you have to do in preparation?
Maybe lesson plan.
Sorry?
Is it lesson plan?
Vocabulary.
Lesson plan. Well, no, this is in terms of a speaking lesson. So the lesson plan is what we use to write the things that we're gonna do. Okay, so sorry, somebody else said something.
Vocabularies.
Yeah, you can do vocabulary. Yeah, so you could do like a pre-teaching of vocab. You could actually do like just a matching thing or whatever, so that everyone's actually prepared to the lesson. Yeah. So you can do like a pronunciation drill, perhaps. Maybe there are some words that would be too difficult. Then you could do a drilling. So those are just helping the students to get through the lesson, to actually produce something. And then you have the speaking activity. Yeah, that would be, I don't know, it could be a game, it could be a decision game, it could be a discussion, it could be anything. And then feedback. What is feedback, guys?
Like the response.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by response? Anything?
Giving some advice or criticism or information after the speaking things.
Yes, correct. Very good. Now, the topic today is about formative assessment, right? So what is formative assessment? What does that mean? Some people like jargons, right? Formative assessment sounds really cool, especially when you're trying to show off. All right, so what does it mean though? Does anybody know what it means?
It's a set of assessment.
Yes, but what? In what way? What does that mean? Is a set of assessment? What do you mean? How does it differ with any types of, like, what's the, because there's not just like there's so many different types of assessment, right? So it's a set of assessment. Yes, you're right. But what is it?
I mean, like a certain, particular assessment that the student should achieve.
So like a grade.
Similar to that, but not limited to
Development.
that.
Development.
What do you mean by development?
Knowing the first, knowing the background of the level, and then how to develop that into the better one.
Okay, well, it's actually evaluating students in the process of forming their competencies and skills with the goals of helping them to continue the growth process. What does this mean? This is like, you know, researchers talk. What does it mean? Ugh.
Knowing their level.
Is that it? No, it means that we need to give feedback because we want to actually shape them to do better. That's what it means. So what do we need to do is give feedback. All right. So all these long sentences, it only means this. Yes, Yuli Yulisman. You raise your hand. Hi. What's up? I can't hear you. You're muted. Okay. You're muted, Yuli. I can't hear you, so I don't know what you're saying. Okay, but anyways, we've got a Q&A session at the end, so you can ask those questions too. All right.
Yep.
So let's carry on. So what two main areas can you give feedback on? Oh, what are the two main areas?
Content and accuracy.
Hey, very good. Yes. So content and language. All right. So in terms of content, you can ask these questions. So basically just trying to find out about what the students' interest on top of it, or maybe they've got different ideas. So anything about their own ideas. Yeah. In terms of language, now this is the one that people tend to focus on quite a lot. Yeah. So you're talking about like, again, it's divided into the 4 aspects of the sub-skills, remember? So we're talking about fluency, coherence, accuracy, and also interactive communication. So those are the 4 things that you can focus on. Remember, it's a speaking skill, so you need to focus on the 4 sub-skills. All right. So if you, it's about those accuracy that you talked about, but it's not just that. So it could be like the other 3 aspects of it. Okay. Right. So why do we give feedback? What for? Why is it important?
So that the students can develop based on the feedback that has been given for them.
Yeah.
That they can learn from the mistakes that they probably have made before.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they can actually do better. But also to do this, to give purpose to the activity, because otherwise, I mean, if they can't report back to you, then what's the point of doing the activity at all? Right? We're listening, so it shows to them that we are actually listening. Clearly. And this is the important part as well. This is when we're talking about error correction, yeah, to teach them how do you do better. And then obviously it's motivating. Okay, because they feel better if they know there is always a purpose to every activity that they do. It's not just to gain a score, it's to be better, like you said. Yes. Now, who can give the feedback, guys?
Teacher or friends? I mean, other students.
Very good. Ah, exactly what I've got. So how can your friends give feedback? What are the things that they can say on?
Maybe like motivate them to be better and great.
Well, by giving like things like their opinion, yeah, their opinion as well, they can actually, that's one way to give feedback. In an IELTS class, I like to give them a list of the things that they need to focus on when they're giving the feedback. But I mean, this essentially applies to all types of classes. So you can actually give a list for them to focus on. Yeah. So that way they can just do that. And then once you finish the activity, it's not just them listening for no purpose at all. They have to listen to their friends for a set of things that they need to think about. Okay. When? Oh, I gave that answer. But somebody already said this. After the activity. Yes. All right. Any other time? You can also do it during the activity. Yeah, but when do you do this? When do you do during the activity? Any ideas? Oh,
When there is a long pause during the activity.
Yes, you're right. What does that signify? If there is a long pause, what does that signify?
Something not clear or something that is not understandable by all.
Yes, so there is communication breakdown somewhere. Okay, so it could be something that is a problem, like they couldn't understand the task. It could be because they couldn't convey their ideas, so there is a communication breakdown. So there might be some words or something that you have to supply. So that those are the only time that you should do it for during the activity. Okay, after the activity is the best. Yeah, because then they've already finished what they're doing. Then they're already doing all those things about the fluent blah blah blah, but without interruption. Because once you interrupt something, then people kind of lose focus, and then they're like, oh, and then they pretty much kind of lose the flow of language. So you need to actually be a bit more careful about this. So you can also do it at the end of the lesson. Yeah. So once it's finished, then you could like, okay, let's do that. All right. Now we're going to do a bit of practice. I want to thank Ibu Sunengsi for giving me this video, so we can actually try using your own videos. Okay, guys. So we're gonna do some formative assessment on this. Remember, you need to. Oh, whoops. We need to. Okay, you need to focus on these things. Yeah. You can take a picture or something so you know what you're focusing on. All right, are we good? Yay. All right. Okay, we're gonna do one together, and then we're gonna do the last one. You're gonna do the last one on your own. All right. So we're gonna do this one first. Yeah. This is together. And you're gonna do the last one, this one on your own, and then we'll report to class. Okay, are we ready? So okay, can you hear that?
Yeah, we cannot hear the sounds actually.
Yeah, we cannot.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Tamara, actually we have limited time. So actually the time is over for this session. Can we please link this material to Miss Sunengsi?
Okay, sure. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so all right. It's
you might also share. Probably you have a video from TBI to share.
No, I'm just gonna basically say, okay, all right, just a couple of things then, guys. Basically, we've got some events coming, well, not events, actually some training coming up. So one on teaching phonemic scripts, that's really useful. So there are like 2 bits, which is basically theory and method on the 25th of November, and then the teaching practice on the 2nd of December. And then there's also the GITE, that's the General Introduction to Teaching English. Very useful. And the last one is Celta, that's coming up next year. All right, thank you so much, everyone. All right, so I'm gonna pass you on back to you, yeah?
Yeah, okay, thank you, Miss Tamara. So actually, you can also keep some questions. If you want to ask questions to Miss Tamara, we can hold until question and answer session. And this is the second session of our webinar. I'm going to call Miss Nancy. Hello, Miss Nancy.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, how are you today?
Fine.
Great.
Always
Fine.
fine.
Okay, always fine. Okay, so before Miss Sunangsi shares her experience on this topic, I would like to share her CV. So Miss Sunangsi is an English teacher at SMAN 4 Cimahi. Besides teaching English, she is also a facilitator in Guru Penggerak. She is also a lecturer at Stikas Budi Luhur. She's very active and she contributes in also some publications. She graduated from Indonesia University of Education, majoring English program. Yeah. Without further ado, so I will give the time for Miss Sunangsi. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. It is an honor for me. So this is my second time being here. The first one is in the first webinar. I'm talking about how to develop an English club. Thank you for TBI and Class Creative who have given this kind of lovely opportunity. Okay, I like the word without any further ado. Let's start the slide. Okay. Okay, Bapak Ibu, how are you today? I forgot to greet you all. How are you today, Bapak Ibu? Hopefully you are
I'm
all.
good, Miss.
I'm great, Miss.
Wow,
Great.
super.
Fine.
Hopefully you are all in a very good condition. Yeah, I see some of you are my friends in university, also my colleagues from other schools. I'm happy around you here, around you now. Okay, I'm going to talk about the summative assessment. Kalau Miss Tamara talk about formative assessment, then I will talk about this, the summative assessment. Probably this word is not really strange for you all because you say always, in the end of November, we will have summative tests until the beginning, until the first week of December. So you can probably know or understand what is summative assessment. Okay, this is my agenda of speaking. So the first one, I will try to define summative assessment. So the summative assessment will be specified into performance assessment, which using rubrics to assess some productive skills, such as speaking and writing. And then the second agenda, I will explore your experience about what kind of criteria that you are usually used in developing rubrics. And then I will get into the basic theories. I use Brown theories in assessing productive skills, and then I will provide you some example of assessment. Okay, the first one, what is summative assessment? Okay, interesting to hear the explanation from Ms. Tamara about formative assessment. So the formative assessment using feedback to revise the students' work so they can develop their skills, or they can form their great skills based on the purpose provided by the curriculum, or the purpose provided or designed by you. So what is formative assessment? Formative assessment is to form skills, yeah, by collecting some information needed to guide and improve the learning. Sometimes by giving sometimes by giving a quick comprehension check, a quiz, a classroom discussion. The function is, of course, to check on individual students' understanding, so you can know how effective your teaching is delivered. And then the second one is to get insight into students' thinking about concept and identify misunderstandings, so then you can straight the lesson right away. And then to help students evaluate and revise their own work by giving some feedback. Okay, and then what is summative assessment? The summative assessment usually usually is delivered at the end of a unit or a course, typically in form of a test or project portfolio or performance assessment or in form of essays in writing tasks. What it is used for? It is to assign grades to individual students. So the grades can be used by you to inform to the parents about the progress of their children. In the context of English club, this summative assessment can be used to inform the wali class in our Indonesian word about the students' progress when they follow this extracurricular activity. And then also to provide evidence of how well a change was worked. Yeah. And in English club, the type of summative assessment, remember what I have given to you in the first webinar about how to develop English club, that the activity should develop productive skills, and then it should be, or it is suggested to have topic-based activity that relate to their own life, that relate to their daily life, so they can easily catch into the context. Yeah. So in this type of summative assessment, use is performance assessment to measure productive skills based on topic-based activity, such as speaking and writing by using rubrics as a tool of measurement. Okay, next, Bapak Ibu semuanya. I would like to explore your experience. I do believe that most of you have developed so many rubrics, so many measurement tools. So I would like to explore your experience in assessing. What kind of criteria that you use to assess speaking and writing performance? So I will provide you the Jamboard link. Yeah, there are 2 slides there. I would like to invite you to share your great idea. Wait, I will share that into chat room. Yeah. Please share your innovation or your creativity in measuring speaking performance, and then in measuring our writing performance. So here is the link. Oh my God, wait. Okay, in Jamboard, I'm waiting for your response. Okay, I will give you some time to write. Okay, I see 7 people enter the room. Okay, so please write your ideas. What criteria are used by you based on your experience to assess speaking performance? You can use sticky notes with colorful, with a various color. Do not forget that there are the second slide about the criteria to assess writing performance.
Yeah, okay. So Bapak Ibu can access the link on the chat box. You can go to Jamboard. Yeah,
okay.
Ah.
Wow. Okay, content, fluency, yes. Fluency, vocabulary, grammar. Okay, wow. You're all experienced teachers. Very great to know that. Okay, do not forget the second slide. Okay, you may use the sticky notes, yeah. Or it is okay to use text as long as it is readable. Okay, in the second, okay, Bapak Ibu, do not forget in the second slide, I invite you to write also about some criteria that you use to assess writing performance. Yeah. Okay, I see some here. 3 opinions for mohon Bapak Ibu. Okay, let's talk about some criteria that you all use to assess speaking performance based on your experience. Okay, Bapak Ibu, wow, you well experienced here. You have great experience. I can see that you use grammar criteria, pronunciation, vocabulary, coherence of the content. Wow, this is interesting. You use teleprompter to try being a TV presenter. This is innovative. So you use technology-based integration during your extracurricular English club activities. Okay, and then content knowledge, coherent content grammar, spelling, organization, the new word accuracy, maintain conversation. Okay, so I can conclude that most of you using the criteria of grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, content knowledge, and then the organization, and then the fluency, also accuracy, as some criteria in assessing speaking. And how about the second one, about the criteria that were all used to assess writing performance? Wow, great. Okay, I can see that you write coherence and cohesion there. And then punctuation, the word choice. Okay, vocabulary and language feature. Okay, I can conclude that here that as the basic criteria that you use in your daily activities as the English club tutor, you use the criteria of coherence, cohesion in the style of writing, punctuation, and then vocabulary, grammar, diction, syntax. Wow, thank you for the 23 participants here, but I assume I cannot accommodate all of your opinion, so I only take some conclusion from some of you. Thank you for sharing your experience. Very nice to know that. Okay, Bapak Ibu, after knowing your experience, let's classify those criteria that for so long you have used for assessing some productive skills like speaking and writing. Okay, now we come to basic theories in assessing productive skills. I use theory from Brown as my main reference. Okay, Brown considered that both in speaking and writing, there are some micro and macro skills. Yeah, so what is micro skills? Micro skills is smaller chunks of language. So this is a focus on language, smaller chunks of language like phonemes, morphemes, words, collocation, fluency, and phrasal units. So what is phonemes, Bapak Ibu? So phonemes is the smallest sound unit in a language that is capable of conveying a distinct meaning, such as the S of song or the R of rain. Yeah, allophone is the various the various of phoneme. And then what is collocations? Bapak Ibu, collocation is a group of words that are expected to be together, like to do. Usually we use to do with homework, to do homework, to make the bed, to take a risk, to take responsibility. Phrasal units mean two words combined together, all together, but has different meaning with the previous words when they stand alone. For example, when I say, come on, let's be hurry. We are running out of time, or catch up the time. So if we make the word catch stand alone, it will be very different with the words after combined with running out the time and catch up. And then micro skills is larger elements such as accuracy. Ms. Tamara said that accuracy refers to say something correctly and use a grammar as basic standard. And then discourse, Ms. Tamara also say about this discourse in the previous, and then the style, The style here, like gestures, yeah, like manner, the eye contact, the body language, yeah, and then that's the style. And then the function of what you are talking about, and then the cohesion. Ms. Tamara also have discussed that in the previous activity. And then nonverbal communication and strategic option. So that's in the speaking. So when you talk about fluency, so it can be classified according to Brown basic theory as micro skills. If you talk about pronunciation, can be classified as micro skills. When you talk about accuracy and fluency, then it can be classified as macro skills. So all of those criteria, yeah, based on Brown's explanation to Mr. Speaking, have been used by you all. Then congratulations, Bapak Ibu. I just only want to inform you about the basic theories of what you have been used so far. And then writing, yeah. In the writing, there are also two skills that has been highlighted by Brown. The micro skills is like produce graphemes. Graphemes itu abjad in Indonesian word, huruf abjad, and then orthographic patterns of English. If we translate it into Indonesia, ini EYD, ejaan yang disempurnakan, or say the word correctly, gitu ya, if I translate. And then produce writing at an efficient rate of speed to suit the purpose. Yeah. Usually when you have IELTS test, you are given some time, like for tax 1, you only have 20 minutes, and the second one, you only have 40 minutes, and then the time is included in the score. And then produce an acceptable grammatical system, and then express particular meaning in different grammatical form, cohesive device in written discourse. In Jamboard, I have seen that some of you use the criteria of grammar and then cohesion as your basic, as your criteria in measuring writing performance, and it is and they can be classified as micro skills, and you are correct with using those criteria. And then let's go to the macro skills. In the macro skills, usually use the rhetorical forms and convention of written discourse, appropriately accomplish the communicative function of written text according to form and purpose, and then convey links and connection between the events and communicate such relation, a main idea, supporting idea, new information, given information, generalization, and exemplification. Or we can say making good harmony between those factors, yeah. And then distinguish between literal and implied meaning when writing. And then the next one, correctly convey culturally specific reference in the context of written text. Those skills are not required to be used all by you, because this is based on your purpose when you conduct some activities in speaking and writing. So it is based on your interest and your purpose of learning. Okay, Bapak Ibu, let's continue. When I talk about those criteria are used based on your types of activities, yeah, based on your interests, based on your topic-based activities, then I will inform you now about the types of speaking and writing performance, yeah, so that you can have some description how to assess this. Okay, both in speaking and writing, there are 4 types of performance. The first one is imitative. Usually, this kind of performance are conducted by junior high school teachers. Hello, Bapak Ibu in SMP. And then the second, it's to repeat the stimulus, which can be a pair of words, a sentence, or a question. In speaking, yeah, I can see you the example with this about imitative. This one. So you mention one sentence, yeah, be, and then be, but, house, and then bad. And you ask the students to repeat after you, yeah, or you say, I bought a boat yesterday, yeah. So when you do this kind of activity, it must be pronunciation that you are expected to be seen from your students, yeah. Then the rubric is used is about the pronunciation. You can make the simple one, yeah, like the highest grade, you put the word acceptable. So okay, and then for the middle one, you use word comprehensible, yeah. And then if they totally error or mispronounced, you can use seriously incorrect. Okay, in example word repetition tasks, you can use the pronunciation criteria to see the pronunciation skills as the expected output, yeah. Okay, now let's go to the next activity. This is intensive. In intensive performance, the students are asked to produce short stretches of discourse, no more than a sentence. Okay, the teachers usually give cued, yeah, to prevent to keep to keep all the things in narrow context. So the teacher give some cued. Okay, some of the techniques include directed response tasks, read aloud tasks, sentence or dialogue completion tasks, and oral questionnaires, pictured cued tasks. Now, some of these activities are used by junior high school teacher in their English club activity, but I still see some senior high school teachers using this strategy. Okay, I can show you the example of intensive activity. This one. Okay. These are mechanical, non-communicative tasks, but they do require minimal processing of meaning in order to produce the correct grammatical output. So the expected output is grammatical criteria. So if in imitating, you use the criteria about pronunciation, in this point, you use the criteria is grammatical output. And there are another example like read aloud tasks. Yeah, some teachers usually ask to read aloud, especially in literacy activities. Yeah, some teachers use this kind of activity both in junior high school and in senior high school. There are in this example there are two criteria to be measured. They are pronunciation and fluency. You can use the simple word like very good, good, fairly, or less. This is another example. Okay, next. Okay, next example is dialogue completion tasks. Okay, and then you can use picture cued, yeah. So the students can make some comparison. I still see junior high school teachers use this kind of activity, but some teachers in senior high school also use this kind of activities in English club. Okay, next, responsive consists of simple and complex question from an interviewer. Okay, in responsive, you can see in this slide for the example, yeah, in form of question and answer task. So you, when you assess, you give question and then ask the students to answer. Okay, and then the fourth activity is interactive. Interactive here, like interview, discussion, games, or even debate. Yeah, interactives because they communicate to each other. Why it is called interactive? Okay, I can see you the example here, interview. Yeah, when you give interview assessment, usually you give warm-up activity like small talk, and then you ask some questions to the students and ask them to answer that. Then you have some rubrics to measure their speaking performance. The rubrics is based on your interest, whether you want to see their fluency, their pronunciation, their accuracy, their relevancy in connecting into the context, or the purpose of speaking. Okay, and then this is the interview, the example of interview, and this is discussion and conversation as interactive activity, and this is the kind of rubric to measure also debate. You can see my slide after this. Okay, and this, okay, and then the last activity is extensive or monologue. Longer texts are presented. Yeah, in this extensive activity, you can see in this slide. Okay. Okay, like speeches and oral presentation can be classified as extensive speech. Yeah, storytelling also, a news event, retelling a story, translation also, and this is the form of assessing. I take this from down. Okay, some teachers only want to see about their content and the way of the students deliver the contents. So here are the examples. Yeah, the classification only from 0 to 3. So the classification is poor, fair, good, excellent. You can say also poor, fairly, good, or super, or excellent. It's up to you. Yeah, which one makes you so comfort? Okay, this is the example. How about writing? Okay, so
yeah,
how about writing and activities, and this is the example of rubric. I have already finished. This is the example of
okay, good.
classified
Yeah,
as very good, fairly, less, and not. Thank you.
Okay, we can just discuss writing skill, yeah, in question and answer session. So that's a very detailed description, explanations about summative assessment. Yeah, we have two kinds of assessments here. Presented by Ms. Tamara and Ms. Sunangsi. So it's time to question and answer. I will also remind you all that you can have the prize from TBI. Don't forget to give comments, reflection, or highlights on TBI Instagram. You can just click on the link on the chat box, and you can get the prize, probably getting courses, Mr. Mara, at TBI. Yes, I guess it's a good chance for you all. Okay, is there any question here? Yeah, some participants asked for the presentation for Miss Sunangsi.
Okay. Okay.
There's a question to Miss Tamara. Could you tell more about discourse markers? I mean, maybe the example of discourse markers itself.
Discourse markers are just basically things like we used the one earlier, like the ones that you saw at the beginning of the one with the review part when we're doing the game. Yeah. So some of them are just basically the use of fillers like first, that kind of thing. So first, da 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 da. Yeah, so those are essentially the discourse markers, the things that you can actually use to make the whole organization of ideas make sense. Conjunctions, for example, use of however, although, those kind of things. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay, so is it does the question answered by Ms. Tamara? Okay, so is there any question from the other participants? So we are discussing about how to assess English Club. Yeah. Okay, I would like to ask question to Miss Next actually, because in an English club, like sometimes it's like informal. How do we conduct the summative assessment
Okay.
compared to English class, English subject?
Okay. As I have told you all before that the summative assessment is in the end of the course. Yeah, actually the time is before the final examination conducted by the formal class. Yeah, organized by the vice headmaster of curriculum. So before the time, the English club tutor have to conduct a summative assessment in the activity. Yeah, so the teacher can make some schedule, yeah, to organize the assessment. Because this is informal, then the teacher should make the schedule for the students, and then the score can be achieved by the student, by the teachers, then convert that into grade A, B, C, or D, like that, so that the teachers, the wali class teachers in Indonesia can input those grades into report book, like that, ma'am.
Yeah, as extracurricular. Yeah.
Extracurricular activity, yeah.
Okay, there are some questions here. I will choose this question. Some students may have difficulties to answer the question, like lots of focus, and some of them seem translated one by one in their native languages. So what is the best advice for this? Probably Ms. Sunaksi and Ms. Tamara can answer this question, because it happens in many contexts here at schools.
Well, definitely for in terms of formative, then you need to actually give them feedback, especially when they're not answering the question. Like reformulating, for example, could actually help them to just focus back to the question. So reformulating the question, perhaps. But also in terms of like task, you need to actually think about the task itself. Is it something that they can actually do, especially like in terms of their level of ability? So you need to actually so for example, I can you give them like some phrases that they can use in but at the end of the day you change the task. So it's something that's still doable, something similar, but then at the end of the day they're actually using the language. So instead of actually just translating or just copying, they are actually trying to produce it. Sorry, Ibu Sunangsi, you've got anything that you want to add?
You have great points, Ms. Tamara. I just only want to add a small one. Yeah, because this is extracurricular activity, so the materials to be translated should be fun, right? Do not give a really difficult context that's so far away from their daily life. Yeah, so the topic to be translated by them should be close into their life. Okay, I think that's my suggestion.
Okay, next question for Miss Nancy. I teach at remote school and the level of the students are beginner. How to set the appropriate rubric for speaking test in my school?
Yeah. Oh, great question. To think about remote school, yeah, I have been pendamping in remote area like Cisewu, and I remember, and then I believe that you are also creative as the teacher that I met in that school, in that remote area. I think you must make students profiling. If it is really beginner, then you don't have to put a lot of criteria, yeah. So you focus on one, yeah, on one first. Or you may begin also with the topic-based activities that relate to their daily life. You can also the vocabulary must be empowered to the students. So you can emphasize also in vocabulary, like their style, I mean their confidence to talk first, gitu ya. And then not really complicated. Don't try to emphasize a lot in grammar because this is extracurricular activity. You know your context of students. If it is beginner, then don't put a lot of criteria or barrier in the activities. Gitu. Like that, man.
Can I just add to that?
Okay, sure.
Yes, so what Ibu Sunengsi was saying was actually correct. So basically, just make sure that the rubric is actually very simple. So you simplify the rubric. You just make it like into shorter and with like less focus on the things that would make the language complicated. So in terms of like the lower level, then you want to just focus on, for example, pronunciation, and then you have interactive communication, and then maybe a little bit on fluency or something, and that's it. So you're not focusing on things like grammar and vocab.
Okay. Or you can see also in my slide, yeah, the first activity, like imitative activity first. The rubric is so simple. You can make that as your model. Thank you, Miss Tamara, for helping me.
Yeah. Okay. I also want to ask the Miss Tamara, is there any English club at TBI? Because in some courses, like if I'm not mistaken, like English Academy or something else, like some courses also provide English club for students for free. How about
well, the thing is, it depends on the school. So like the one in Bandung, they actually have an English club. We tried to create one in down in Jakarta, but it seems like Jakarta students just don't really want to hang out anymore at the school. So they're like, yeah, we're not joining anything. So it's very hard for us to start anything if there is no interest. So it really depends on the school. So some of them, yes, but some of them, no.
I see. Okay, yeah, because like the number of participants are decreasing significantly this time. So I guess we can just take photo first while waiting for other participants to ask question. Okay, so everyone in this room, would you mind to turn on your camera? And we can just take picture first. Actually, we have almost 100 participants, yeah, in this webinar, but probably some others have things to do. So let's just take photos first. Okay, I would like you to turn on your camera. Yeah, so we have 4 slides here, Pak Dadan, but most of the participants turn off the camera. Okay, I just want to take photo from this slide first. 1, 2, 3, smile, everyone. Okay, Pak Dadan can also help me to take the photo to the next slides, probably. And slide 2. Okay. This one. Yeah, you can also have ask question to Miss Tamara or Miss Sunengsi directly. Is there anyone here who wants to ask question? Please unmute your microphone. Or even you can, you want to share your experience handling English club at schools. Because I can see from the list of participants here, most of you are probably English teachers at high schools.
Hi, Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Tamara, I have one or two questions for you.
Okay.
Do we need to start with the correct pronunciation first, or just talk whatever they want to talk? Because sometimes in English club, in some places, I noticed that just talk. Do not like don't do the grammar police.
Yes.
Because I noticed that the person keep on doing the quote unquote wrong thing or wrong pronunciation or inappropriate pronunciation. So there is no feedback, I think. So what do you think? What do you suggest? What is your opinion? Thank you.
Well, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that they're fluent, because fluency is very important in terms of like in comparison like to how accurate you are. Because we've had some Japanese and Korean students and they are very accurate, but they are not fluent at all. And when communication actually breaks down, it's like just basically it breaks down when you take too long just to say something, right? The listener lost interest, therefore they're not going to be listening to you, and that's a problem. So you want students to actually just start thinking about, okay, I need to be fluent, rather than worry too much about their accuracy. Accuracy can be kind of like it's a work in progress. So that's why you give feedback along the way. So every single time after any task that they have to do, you have to give them feedback. It's a must. It's not an optional thing, right? If you do something and there is no feedback, what's the point? Right? They're not learning anything. There is no interest. Nobody wants to do anything. It's like, why? Why are we doing it? Right? There's no purpose at all to the activity that you're doing. Does that answer your question, Penny?
Yeah, sometimes when we also bring feedbacks to students, we are lack of time, Ms. Tamara. How do we manage the time when we give feedbacks to many students in the class, let's say?
You come up with like a common mistake, something that they always the general of them actually do. So like, all right, hang on. So there is this problem with like word stress, for example. Just saying, what's the favorite word that's always mispronounced? It's something that a lot of people actually do, a really common error. Then you want to actually address that. Now, if you want to give like additional individual feedback at the end, that's also good. But you can give that directly to the students, like to the individual students, like make a note or something. Right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's question here. Do you have the experience on how to teach the students with special need? How should we give the feedback to them? Example of ABK, like a light autism student.
Autism. Well, we've had some students who are actually on a spectrum. So they are a bit more difficult to handle, obviously. What we normally do is just we treat them exactly the same as the other students. Like in terms of, obviously the first time you do it, it's not going to take. Second time you do it, it's not going to take. Maybe it takes like a lot longer than just a normal student. But it does take, after a while, you know, they do actually take that in and then actually try changing or like adapting to whatever it is that you highlighted. So it's not like there is an additional technique. We just use the same techniques. Does that answer your question?
Add something?
Yeah. Currently, GPK provide pelatihan for guru pembimbing khusus GPK that can help you as a teacher to help the students with that kind of likeness. Yeah. I think first you must lower your standard. Yeah. Not make it similar with the other students, and then if you okay, it is better for you to provide also special time, like Ms. Tamara said, yeah, special time and special treatment, and then you have the coordination with the GPK teacher. I think like
Yeah, okay, thank you. And next question. I heard that someone unmutes the microphone. Would you mind to raise the question? Okay, we still have time to have question and answer session actually, because we can end our webinar at 15 to 3. So we still have time. Probably Ms. Tamara would like to, oh, the time is almost over. Okay, so probably Ms. Tamara would like to share videos from TBI. I guess we still have time to share.
Oh, okay. Christy? I'll tell you what, how about if I actually explain a little bit about the what is it? The things that we're having, the different training events. How's that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, I know that a lot of people, one of the fears that teachers tend to have is about phonemic scripts. It's actually quite fun. Although it seems to be, obviously, because it looks like something else. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a different language, doesn't it? So it's a bit harder to learn. But we have a training on this, and that's at the end of the month, like the 25th of November on the first one, and the second one would be the teaching practice would be on the 2nd of December. So we're actually going to do some teaching practice as well. So you can see the like how to apply those in the normal classes like that you run. Well, how would we use it in a class, right? The other thing that we have is the general introduction to teaching English. Now, this is essentially like about a quarter of what you get in a Celta course. So we're teaching you how to be to run a class that's going to be communicative, student-centered, and like different things that you need to focus on, different like the language knowledge, teaching knowledge, so many different things. And there will be some teaching practice as well. So you get to actually try out all the different things that you've actually learned. Now, if you think that you can actually spend about a whole month, the GIT is only like a week, yeah. So it's not that long. So if you have like some spare time, you think, all right, I can do that. So it's going to be quite intensive though. So it's going to be like a whole day type of thing instead of just like a 2-hour thing. Okay. Now so this is about 35 hours long. So you're going to get everything that you need. So classroom management, lesson planning, language analysis, so different ways, so different things as well. And they're all online. At the moment, it's the course is online. So you get to actually experience when we're teaching you how to do online teaching as well. Okay. Now, the other thing that we've got is the Celta course. Will be back to I think that the schedule starting next year, isn't it? So right now, so if you want to have like an international qualification, then you can get the Celta, right? So this one is actually under the Cambridge Assessment of English. So you can actually get a Cambridge certification on this. And you learn certainly a lot in this course. It is very intensive though. A lot of people do get stressed out. But it's a good course. I mean, certainly I remembered going through this course and it was really useful. Definitely the things that you will need in a classroom situation. Like so many different things, and you do get to actually implement that into a group of real students instead of just your peers. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tamara. Thank you, Ms. Senengsi. Thank you, Mr. Dadan, Ms. Christy, and all the participants who have attended this session until the last session. So today we have explored about how to assess English Club. And we have two assessments that we can apply, both formative and summative assessments. Thank you for joining Kelas Kreatif Indonesia as well as TBI. And don't forget to get door prizes from TBI by writing your comments, reflection highlights on TBI Instagram. Don't forget to give testimonials on our webinar today. And yeah, you can probably have a chance to study or to get a self course, probably training at CBI. Yeah, I will end our webinar by saying Alhamdulillah Alamin. Thank you, everyone. And this webinar will be closed by a video from TBI. Have a great afternoon. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Mas.
Thank you so much.
The British Institute was founded in 1984, and we've helped thousands of people develop their English language skills. Using communicative, student-centered, and task-based approach, our academic team ensures that our delivery methods are up to date. Our public class students undergo a variety of courses such as very young learners, pre-teenagers, teenagers, general English, business communication, conversation, writing, and many more. Naturally, the lessons are accompanied with various fun activities. In the last few years, English has become essential for business. Our corporate training is here to provide the necessary English language coaching for companies or institutions that want to increase their competitive value. The demand to pursue a degree abroad increases year by year. Our exam preparation class will help you achieve your desired score and teach you strategies to face your chosen international exam. As the only authorized Celta Center in Indonesia, TBI is an extension of University of Cambridge English. Celta is the world's leading teacher training qualification. We also provide teacher training programs for teachers or for those who wish to teach. Established more than 35 years ago and has branches in many major cities in Indonesia. Recognized by the University of Cambridge English as the only Celta Center in Indonesia. Our teachers have international certifications and are experienced. Follows international standards of teaching and assessment methods. Has taught more than 50,000 people and in more than 1,000 companies. We've helped them compete in the marketplace. When's your turn? The British Institute was founded in 1984, and we've helped thousands of people develop their English language skills. Using communicative, student-centered, and task-based approach, our academic team ensures that our delivery methods are up to date. Our public class students undergo a variety of courses such as very young learners, pre-teenagers, teenagers, general English, business communication, conversation, writing, and many more. Naturally, the lessons are accompanied with various fun activities. In the last few years, English has become essential for business. Our corporate training is here to provide the necessary English language coaching for companies or institutions that want to increase their competitive value. The demand to pursue a degree abroad increases year by year. Our exam preparation class will help you achieve your desired score and teach you strategies to face your chosen international exam. As the only authorized Celta Center in Indonesia, TBI is an extension of University of Cambridge English. Celta is the world's leading teacher training qualification. We also provide teacher training programs for teachers or for those who wish to teach. Established more than 35 years ago and has branches in many major cities in Indonesia. Recognized by the University of Cambridge English as the only Celta center in Indonesia. Our teachers have international certifications and are experienced. Follows international standards of teaching and assessment methods. Has taught more than 50,000 people and in more than 1,000 companies. We've helped them compete in the marketplace. When's your turn?